Hello and welcome back to Heck Yeah Houston. Today we're going to kind of talk about who we are, why we're doing this, and just answer some questions that if you care about watching our vlogs you might like to know, and if you don't then that's fine too, because it's just us talking and sharing our adventures. So I'm Olivia.
I'm Matt.
Husband and wife over here.
You know.
Yeah, we have we worked out today. Go us.
So we got
He
our
made me go.
gym rings on.
Yeah, I forgot what they're called, but they're like the rubber rings. Anyway, so we asked some family and friends questions that we should ask during this vlog. And so question number 1 was, I wrote them down. Who are we? So I'm Olivia, this is Matt, husband and wife. And kind of what is our story? So we met in 2015. Yes, doing the Disney College program.
Yeah, spring of 2015.
Yeah.
We met in January. The first time we met in orientation together. We were in the same orientation class at the Disney College program. So we were separated in different small groups, but we were in the same room and everything like that.
Yeah. Which was funny because we talked during that class and then really didn't hang out for a while after that. He tried to get me to hang out with him, going to like Chick-fil-A, and I did not. I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
But he persisted.
She finally agreed to go to Magic Kingdom with me. But
I had my pepper spray.
Yeah, she had to
drive. And I had my pepper spray, and I let him know that I had my pepper spray.
So that way, in case I was creepy, she could just leave me in Magic
spray
Kingdom.
You in your face.
Yeah.
Just leave you in the most magical place on earth.
You know.
It's fine. So anyway, yeah, so I was in college at the time, and so was Matt, and then we went down to Florida and did that and met. So when I was working in Florida, I did children's activities at Pop Century and Art of Animation. They are resorts that the Walt Disney World Company has, and I had a blast. It was the greatest job ever. I had to work with kids all day. We had pool party, dance party, got to do trivia games. So I had a lot of fun with my job. And what did you do?
I was Bell Services. First part of my program, I was Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter, which Riverside's now one of my favorite resorts.
It's my favorite place to stay.
Then the second part of so I extended my stay because I didn't want to go home. Who wants to go home when they're at Disney World?
And you wanted to spend more time with me.
Absolutely. Was at Yacht and Beach Club doing the same thing. So Bell
with
Services.
All the fancy people.
Yeah, with the high-end class people.
So that's kind of a little bit of our backstory, how we met. So if you know us at all, you know that Disney is pretty much a ginormous part of our lives. We watch Disney vlogs all the time, which is kind of one reason we started this one, because we are actually big fans of Tim Tracker. So Tim and Jen, and they do Disney vlogs and they do home vlogs. They do random trips like us. Yeah.
Florida residents, so they get to go.
So we get a lot of our inspiration from them, honestly. But so yeah.
Yeah. And I knew she was the one when she told me her favorite Disney princess was Jasmine, because that's one of my favorite Disney movies.
No, not most underrated, but one of the most underrated Disney princesses. Although I feel like recently she's had a little bit more stuff.
They're making a comeback.
Did she ever get a magic band?
I don't know. They're making a comeback though. 90s stuff is making a comeback, so they got DuckTales and all that fun stuff.
So you should have worn your Aladdin shirt.
Yeah.
You found an Aladdin shirt at Target a few weeks ago.
If you have Disney shirts, Target's the place to go.
Target is one of the best places just to get t-shirts in general. Target's just great, period. So we got married only a few months ago. We've only been married about 2.5 months, almost 3 months.
3 months on the 16th.
Yeah. So we got married in June 16th. We got married in South Carolina at his old church. We got married under these ginormous oak trees.
With a Spanish moss.
With a Spanish moss drooping down. It was beautiful. Best day ever.
Yeah.
I really wasn't even sure what to expect that day, and it was perfect. Really. That's just the best way to describe it. And then everybody surprised me. I did not know this was happening. So as soon as we got married, we walked outside and because we had to sign our, what was it, the license, marriage license,
sign our marriage
or whatever
license.
it was. So then everybody kind of walks outside, and I see this horse-drawn carriage, and I was like, who is that for? Why is it out there? And they all look at me and they're like, that's for you. And I was like, what?
Matt did good.
Yeah, and he is horrible at keeping surprises. Because what he'll do, if he has a surprise, he'll say, I know something.
I got a surprise for you.
I got a surprise for you.
But I'm not going to tell you.
Well, then what is it? Because I hate surprises. Like, if I know something is coming, then I do not like it. But if it's an actual surprise, it's fine. But he actually kept that one, which was really big for him. I was proud of him.
I told everybody. I told everybody except her. So everybody knew except her.
Yeah.
So it was a very well-kept secret for, months.
Which is a big deal for him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we dated how long before we got married? I don't know, 2015.
We dated almost 3 years.
Something like that. Which we did long distance for a while.
We were engaged for about 2.5 years before.
Because I was in school trying to finish that. Finally finished.
And then I finally moved. I was doing 9.5 hour back and forth with our long distance relationship, but then
really
once I got finished with school, I saw an opportunity to move a little bit closer to her, so I moved about an hour and a half away.
So that's kind of how we got into the Nashville area, which we really, really love.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with Tennessee, which we've talked about in the future, wanting to move to Florida. Who knows if that's in God's plan for our lives. We're open to pretty much anything, honestly.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, hey, it's not in God's plan.
So then after we got married, we had our Disney moon, as we like to call it. So we went to Disney World. We stayed at, my aunt and uncle are DVC members, so they were able to get us, we stayed 2 nights.
Disney Vacation Club members, if you don't know what DVC means.
Yes. So we stayed 2 nights at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which was beautiful. We had a balcony view, and so you could walk out onto your balcony and see the giraffes. I think were outside our window. What else was out there?
Zebras, ostrich. Just fair warning, if you do stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, you will walk.
Oh my gosh.
So you will walk, so make sure you have very comfortable shoes.
Which is crazy because you're in the park all day long walking.
But it's a pretty area. So it benefits what you get to look outside your balcony. So.
Yeah. And for us, for a lot of people, Disney World may not be ideal for their honeymoon because they want it to be more relaxing, which you could still do. Yeah. But we didn't take any off days. We were going hard every day because that's just us, and we knew what to expect, and it was perfect for us. But we did do a lot of walking, which was rough. But then, so we stayed there our first 2 nights, and then we went and stayed at Port Orleans Riverside in the Princess Suite, which we'll have to link some pictures because that room is amazing. There's actually a button on the headboard that you press and fireworks go on the headboard. So cool. So that was our Disney moon. So now we'll kind of get into our other questions. Okay. So my brother suggested we do our top 5 favorite movies. For me, this question was really hard because I don't really have 5 favorite movies. I kind of have, this is what we talked about. We kind of have our
categories.
Yeah, categories. What are my favorite Disney movies? What are my favorite action movies? Because I do like chick flicks, but then I don't like chick flicks. I mean, I have a few that I could go back and watch every day, but they're not really my favorite. We actually have very similar taste in TV shows and movies, which is funny because we'll find a show on Netflix and think, oh, this is going to be my new show, and then we'll watch it together and be like, oh wait, I like this show too, and then we can't.
So we can't watch it without the other one watching it.
Yeah,
so unless we watch it at the same time, just different places.
Yeah.
And talk about it.
And we actually just finished. Did you ever finish Fresh Off the Boat? Mm-hmm. We did watch that one, which is that's a funny one. I like Fresh Off the Boat, and then we watched Superstore before that because I'm a ginormous Office fan, and so Superstore was from the same creators, right?
Yeah, producers.
Producers, yeah. So we watched that one. But okay, so my top, and I feel like this could change, but my top 5 favorite movies. Number 1, You've Got Mail. That's always been my number 1 movie. I love it so much.
Just watch it over and over again.
Yes, Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks, they have my heart. So that's my favorite movie. Number 2, Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley. Love that movie. So good. Number 3, I had to write them down. I knew I was going to forget them. Black Panther. And again, it's just like the categories because that's kind of like my action, like Marvel, like my favorite Marvel movies. Black Panther is my favorite superhero. So I said that was favorite movie number 3.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. Yeah. Number 4, Aladdin, because like we said earlier, so Jasmine is my favorite Disney princess, and Aladdin is both of our favorite movies. Now, I have some really, really close, like, seconds, possibly could even go up there with Aladdin, because there's some, like, I love Tangled. Tangled is fabulous. And I even like Coco. Coco's, like, the new movie. Yeah. I like Coco. I think that one's really good, too. And so my last one, I struggled with this one. Oh, no. Can you go turn mine off? Oh, did you pause it?
No, it's not.
Okay. So I struggled with my last movie because, so the Harry Potter books, I've recently, well, it was last Christmas, I really got into the Harry Potter movies. I'd never read them when I was little or watched any of the movies, and so then Matt over here got me hooked listening to Audible, which we talked about in our video from Saturday. And so I said favorite movie number 5 was Order of the Phoenix. Now, I like all of them. I don't think they do the books justice. I think the books are way better, but that's just me. I love reading. So I like the first one. I like the second one. I did not like Prisoner of Azkaban, which the producer changed, right? That one was different.
Well, yeah, and the actor, after the second one, the actor that played Dumbledore passed away, so they had to recast Dumbledore. But that was, then the producer changed.
That one to me just had, I mean, I know that they're darker movies in general, but that one to me was just kind of like really dark, kind of creepy. I don't know. I personally did not like that one a whole lot, so if you like that one, I'm sorry. But, so those are my top 5. What are yours? You struggle with this too?
My top 5, my number 1's The Patriot, because I am a huge 90s Mel Gibson movie fan. My favorite time period is colonial America. So like Paul Revere, George Washington, and everything like that. Second, probably, I'm a big John Wayne fan, so I gotta go with number 2 would be Rio Bravo.
You were actually watching one the other day.
Yeah, Sons of Katie Elder. That's another one with Dean Martin and John Wayne. But Rio Bravo, Dean Martin, John Wayne. I can't remember the other guy that plays in it. He used to be a famous singer. Number 3, Green Berets, another John Wayne movie. Number 4, probably Captain America, the First Avenger, because Captain America is like my favorite superhero of all time.
I was about to say, are you wearing your shirt?
No, this is Star Wars.
Okay,
yeah, this is Rogue One.
Totally
we don't talk about this movie. And 5, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's stupid, I know, but it's so good.
I hate that movie.
It's very quotable, let's just put it that way. But
I hate it.
The British know how to do comedy.
I agree with that. I always liked the British television.
Yeah.
My mom and I watched Call the Midwife. That was BBC, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
And Sherlock.
I was a big Sherlock fan.
Yeah, so BBC has some good ones, so I do give them that. All right, moving on. We've got what do we like to do on the weekend? So, as we said earlier, the whole reason we're kind of doing this, first of all, our parents don't live near us, and we really wanted that, and our grandparents too, like we wanted them to still, family in general, we don't have family, and near us, so we really wanted this to be a way that they could kind of see into our everyday or not every day, but
kind of a glimpse of what's going on. From when we talk to them either on the phone or FaceTime or anything like that, they can see kind of, hey, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going.
And for us too, though, I want to be able to go back and see what we did, because
like
sometimes
making memories.
Yeah, making memories. So, what do we like to do? We like to go hiking, and in Tennessee, that we have a ton of places to do that.
Yeah.
We like going to Target. That's one thing about us. We can pretty much make anything an adventure. I mean, going to Walmart for us, we like going grocery shopping together. Aldi is one of our favorite places to go.
Just going places in general with each other is just kind of an adventure in itself.
Target's one of our favorites.
We make it an adventure no matter where we go.
Yeah. So, and then this coming up weekend, we're going to Six Flags, which we're going to vlog about too. And so, I mean, if we lived in Florida, I mean, heck yeah, Disney World, for sure. Maybe not every day, but
a little pricey.
Well, yeah. What else do we like to do? I have a lot of work to do on the weekends.
Yeah, same. And with my schedule, it sometimes
changes.
Yeah, sometimes I'm working in the weekends. Sometimes I'm off, but mainly just kind of hanging out around here.
Home projects. We have a tiny, we live in an apartment right now because we are actually going through Dave Ramsey's financial peace class. We have student loans that we're trying to get paid off, and that's all of our debt that we have right now, which is amazing. Yeah. So we're really trying to get that away. So we're in a small apartment right now trying to just save as much money as we can. So, but anyway, we have a tiny patio in our apartment, and so it had weeds growing up everywhere, and so you finally got to that the other day. And we also went and bought some cute little mums since it's getting close to fall time. And then I really want to eventually get more plants to go out there. I love succulents. Yeah. So those are my favorites. So that's kind of what we like to do on the weekends. And like we said, anything is pretty much an adventure. Mm-hmm. But okay, favorite college teams. So we live in Tennessee. I am from Alabama, so Roll Tide.
I'm from South Carolina, but I'm not a Gamecock or a Clemson fan. Sorry. I'm a Tar Heel fan. My dad was from North Carolina, so I'm diehard.
That was so dramatic.
What?
You're like,
I'm sorry.
I'm a Tar Heel
I am.
fan.
I'm a diehard Tar Heel fan. If you know me, I mean, I had a Tar Heel shirt on earlier.
I was about to say, you got Star Wars on. You can't point to your shirt.
Yeah. So, huge Tar Heel basketball fan. Football fan when we have a football team.
He's an Alabama fan.
Yes.
And we when we first started dating, we were like, okay, you know, I'll be a Tar Heel fan for you. But
I'd rather say Roll Tide than War Eagle. Let's just say it that way.
Hope that doesn't offend anybody.
And I don't look good in orange.
Well, that's what we were talking about the other day. Alabama, their colors are just so classy. And I'm an Alabama fan. Now, I'm not one of those fans that's like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch the football game. Because, in all honesty, I don't get football. I mean, I like to go to games because I like the atmosphere. But I like basketball. I understand basketball more. I played basketball when I was little and in middle school. I think I played in middle school. So I like basketball. Football, like I said, I like the atmosphere, but I don't really get it. But still, so Alabama fan and Tar Heel fan. So those are our favorite college teams. Okay, random fact. I thought this would be a fun one to throw in there. So a random fact about me, I am left-handed. A lot of people don't know that. But I am. I'm a lefty, so lefties rule the world.
I'm a righty.
Righty.
Normal.
Alright.
What
is your random fact?
This was hard. Random fact.
He was like, I don't know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I can do a Stitch impression, so I can do Blue Punch Buggy or Hannah means family means nobody get left behind or forgotten. So, yeah.
There you go. That's
Disney in my
fact.
blood, clearly. Yeah. So.
We do. We have so much Disney stuff. We'll have to... That could be a vlog in its own. Like, we could just go through all of our Disney things. I mean, we even have those little Disney Tsum Tsums up on our soundbar on the TV.
Yeah.
Kind of cheesy.
Every space has got something Disney on it.
Even our Kleenexes. What? All right. So. And the last thing that we wanted to talk about was just something that we're really into right now together. And that's watching old mines. we love going, like last night during dinner, we went back and watched old Vine videos.
Yeah, like
and we
really
were
old.
dying.
Yeah. So
my favorite Vine, I love it when that little girl is like dressed up as a chicken nugget and she's like, I'm a chicken nugget. I love it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite is this one guy. He's driving in a car and he's like, I brought you frankincense. I brought you myrrh. Murder. Oh no, Judas.
And the guacamole video, that little old lady like pops out and she's like, guacamole.
Guacamole.
And then one of my other favorite ones is when the boy is sitting at the table and he's like, if your name is, I forgot what he says, if your name is so-and-so.
If your name is Jonah. If your name is Jonah
and you're really handsome, go and put your hand up. So now I've been walking around with Matt, and whenever he's sitting there, I'm like, if your name is Matthew and you're really handsome, go and put your hand up. So yeah, that's kind of our introduction onto like who we are, why we're doing this. We thought it would be just a nice little way to kind of introduce ourselves if you feel like following us on our random kind of awkward adventure through life. So yeah.
So on that note, Houston, we have an adventure.